Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Yeah, I'm a couple minutes early, fiddling around with the phone, and I see that I started the video before I was quite ready yet. But that's just me. I know a full moon is coming. I can feel it. I told Larry this morning that when I sat down to do my morning devotion, I picked up my laptop and it had that, some people call it the blue screen of death, but that wasn't it. It was a blue screen that said that there was some kind of error and it was going to have to restart. And I looked over at Larry and I said, this is an omen right here. I just know it. So here we are. If you are here, give me a shout out. Let me know that you have joined me. I may not be able to say anything right away. Good morning, Janine. Welcome to my chaos. Oh, so you won't be staying, but that's okay. You'll be able to catch the replay. That's good. You'll enjoy this one. I'm thinking right now is about time I need one, even though this isn't my adult beverage of choice. Anyway, this morning we're going to do a little bit of whiskey business, and I have to say, when I first saw the stamp set, my first thought was of my dad particularly. Both he and my mom enjoyed their one drink a night, and it was Jack Daniel's Tall with a lemon twist. And when I saw this set, I said, the only thing missing is the tall glass. So I know there'll be a couple of scrapbook pages down the road using this set, so we're going to give it a shot. And I will give a shout out to Jackie, and I know I'm going to mess up her last name, Jackie Baholius. When I sat down to play with this set, I could not get the coloring of the whiskey right. So just like everybody else, I went to Pinterest and I just like everybody else, I went to Pinterest to see what I was doing wrong, and I came across her blog post, and she had a video, and I watched her. So I got the coloring down, I came over and I made my card, and I went back to close out my computer, and I subconsciously cased her card with the papers and everything. Mine's a little different, but the basic designer series paper, the In Good Taste, is exactly as she used. So kudos to Jackie. She's a fellow demonstrator. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. The card base is done in early espresso, and it's cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, high Beth. The layer behind the first layer here is gray granite, and it's cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. I have two pieces of designer series paper from the In Good Taste. The first one is 3 3/4 by 5, and then this one is 2 inches by 3 3/4, and then my inside layer is 3 3/4 by 5. So it's been one of those mornings already, and with that thought in mind, I went ahead and stamped and cut out my decanter and my glass, only because I figured with the way things were going, I might have some issues, and this way I just have to color it, and then I'm going to show you how to make it look like actual glass on your paper. So we're going to be using our Stampin' Write marker, not Stampin' Write, see, I told you it was one of those mornings. Our Stampin' Blends, hooray, got it. And then we'll be using some clear embossing powder and Versamark to get the glass effect. So I'll show you how she got this coloring of the whiskey the way she did. Now, I'm using the same color she did except for one. She used the bronze in her whiskey, and I thought when I tried it, it brought it out too dark. So I'm going to go and use just the cinnamon cider, mango melody, and then I brought in the pool party to help accent the glass and the ice. So we're going to start off first with the light mango melody, and I'm just going to color all of the liquid. And I don't know why I completely forgot this step when I was coloring. You want to start with your lighter colors first. I mean, you can always add more layers and depth to it with your layers. Like I said, I had some real issues with it the day I started this card. And it just kind of brought back the steps of layering. Okay, so we've got that. I'll go ahead and color this one too. And you go ahead and color the ice with the yellow, as you want them to be lighter than the whiskey. There. And it looks like I have a lot in there, but that's okay because we're going to do some layering. Now this one is the dark. So I'm going to start with this first and just come in and bring in some lines, and then we'll blend it all in. So bear with me today. We're only going to do the one project, but we're going to be doing some heat embossing too. So that's going to take some time, because what we're going to do is layer on our heat embossing, or I should say layer on some clear embossing powder. I'm going to come back in with some more of the Mango Melody. And you know, every time you color, it's always going to look different. I don't know, how's the weather where everybody else is? It's going to be warm again. I think Mother Nature forgot that it's fall here. I think it's supposed to be 90 something today. Something like that. All I know is I'm ready for cool weather. Okay, we'll come back in with some more Mango Melody. And you can see it just deepens the color the more you add. You can add as much as you want. I'm going to leave that guy just the way he is. Now we'll color this guy. We'll start off with some of the dark. Oops, I like to color with the pointed end here. You don't want to put any of the brown on the ice because you want to keep them, well, I shouldn't say any because we will put some on it, but you don't want to color directly on the ice completely. I'm just going to add some, just a little bit, just like that. And then we're going to blend it with the Mango Melody. Like this. I don't know why it just seems to go better when I'm not on camera, right? Bring in here. Get a little couple more lines in there like that. Do some more blending. You can add as much color as you want, but I think I'm good with that. So now we're going to come in with I'm using the Light Pool Party, and I'm just going to come over some of those detail lines of the glass, and the ice too. And that's just to kind of give it a change in color and give it a more, okay, I'm going to say glass effect because my entire English language has left me today. Okay, I'm going to come and do the same with the bottle. I did stamp these images in gray granite. I forgot to tell you that part. Because I wanted something softer than the black Memento. do some down here. I even brought in my heat tool today because I know there's been some in our group that have not done a lot of heat embossing. I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to take this and dip it in Versamark, and then we're going to put some clear embossing powder on it, and you're just going to press it right into the Versamark pad. I'm going to use my tweezers to hold it, and then add the embossing powder. It's going to get a little loud, so just hang tight with me, and I'll show you how it looks when it melts. Can you see that? I think you're right, Beth. I remember when I was working as a kid in a school daycare facility, the teachers always complained about the wind having ill effects with the kids. It just amped them up. So that's probably exactly what's going on. Okay, so the embossing powder melted. We're going to dip it back. Oh, not into the Versamark. We're going to add more. Almost did that backwards. I'm going to add some more embossing powder. And heat it back up. Can you see how it gets all shiny when it melts? We're going to go one more time on this one. And then we'll set this aside and do the bottle, and then we'll put our card together. And for those that don't know, this Designer Series paper is on sale this month. This is our most expensive pack of paper in the catalog. It's in the annual catalog. So now's a good time to pick up a pack or two. Okay, can you see the shiny effect? Isn't that cool? All right, we're going to do the same to our decanter. Let's press him in. Make him good and wet. And then pick him up. Oh, you can hear the embossing powder all over the desk. It can be messy, that's for sure. Welcome to paper crafting. Set that aside. This might give you a better view of it melting. And if it starts to curl, you can just come up underneath. Okay, now we'll get some more embossing powder on it. And the more you layer on and melt, the thicker your glass effect will be. Ooh, you can see some of it fly. Isn't that neat? I can remember having my kids come into my scrap room back in the day and showed them how to do the heat embossing, and to this day that's their favorite thing to do. Okay, this will be the last go around with this. Should shake off the excess so it doesn't spray around like that last one did. Just go put this away. That's it for this. I think that's it. And you can tell if the embossing powder has melted, because otherwise it will have a dull look to it. There's our decanter. And don't touch it right away because it will be hot. You will burn your fingers, just like on the end of that heat tool. Okay, let's make sure we have all the powder off. Great. Now we can put the rest of the card together. So now my piece of gray granite, you probably won't be able to tell, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Believe it or not, this is the very last piece of gray granite I have. I have some being delivered today, but this one was embossed from another project. It's a scrap, but we're going to use it anyway since I was out. And goodness, I forgot my adhesive. Hang tight. Did you really think I was going to get through this day without having to walk away? No, not today. That's just the way this day's been going. We're going to glue this down and attach that to our piece of gray granite, just like so. And we'll attach our other piece of Designer Series paper on top of that, right at the bottom. You could make this even thinner. To me, I wanted it to look like you're sitting next to the counter. There's a countertop against the backsplash. Keep picking up my mouse thinking it's my adhesive. We'll add some adhesive to this. And we'll put it on the front, like so. I just love the different wood grains in this pack of paper. Okay, we're going to add, I need to stamp the sentiment. And we're going to stamp that in Early Espresso. And this is the one that says, your top shelf. Just stamp him right there. Okay, and we're going to flag the ends with the new Banners Pick-a-Punch. And we'll just slide that right smack in the middle. And when you hold it upside down, you can see if you're centered on that strip of paper. Just like that. Now, feed the other end. Like so. Yeah, this is one of those strips left over when you're trimming your cardstock. We're going to use that here in a second. I always want to keep those little sample or those little strips. I don't have any dimensionals with me. Of course, I would forget those. So we're just going to glue this straight down. Right there. These guys definitely need dimensionals, so I'll just grab a pack from my stash right here. I have a rack that I have adhesives for sale for my classes. They work for me too. So we'll just add a couple of dimensionals to the back of him. We'll set him right there. Then a couple more on the glass. And we'll add that just right there. And then the holiday rhinestones have these gold ones that match perfectly. I don't have my take your pick tool, so we'll just have to use the tweezers. But these match perfectly. I bought these tweezers because they match my room, but they're not very good ones. So here we'll just use our fingers. Put one there, put one there. No, I don't like that one there. Put him up here. And we'll add another down here. So our front is done. Now we'll stamp the inside. Oh, I forgot to show you the envelope. We're going to do that too. But we're going to stamp the inside first. And the inside is going to say, sending you an old-fashioned birthday card. I've never had an old-fashioned. Probably because I'm not a huge whiskey drinker. Rum is my adult beverage of choice. Especially coconut rum, Malibu or Parrot Bay. That's all thanks to my bestest friend Tracy, who got me into this craft. Okay, we're going to stamp the glass off. Stamp it at the bottom because you don't want that to outshine the sentiment. Put that away, and that's granite gray ink, by the way. We will add this to the inside of the card. You know what, rather than add the Designer Series paper, I'm just going to add another glass to the front. and call it done. With the way this day's going, this is probably safer. So there we go. Let's clean up our mess. We did a little bit of heat embossing. There we go. Isn't that a nice masculine card? And I love the look of the glass. What do you think? I thank you for stopping by and spending time with me on this crazy Thursday. If there's any items you'd like to purchase today, you can head over to my, go to my blog post that I'll finish here in just a second, scrapsbysissy.com. There'll be links to my online store. And when you use that host code and you spend $50 or more this week, I will send you the project packet for 6 cards and envelopes that we'll be creating tomorrow at our stamp club. Thanks again for stopping by, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye.